What's up, man? This video is going to be life-changing, perhaps, for you. Because if you want to put on about 55 pounds of raw muscle, just like I did, when I thought it wouldn't be possible, starting out very skinny, I'm going to be breaking down how I did exactly that, using what I call the aesthetics protocol. Now, I'll explain the aesthetics protocol to you guys step by step, very detailed. So if you really want to get the best out of this, I recommend taking screenshots, writing it down, get a piece of paper, write it down, because it's going to be a very informative video for you guys. It's going to be very valuable if you want to build muscle, if you want to have an aesthetic physique, okay? I'm going to be showing you guys how it's done today. So stick around, get something to drink, get a piece of paper, write this shit down, and let's get started. All right, guys, so let's start talking about this actual transformation, how I got there, and how you as well can get from skinny and weak to aesthetic and jacked in 180 days or less. I'm going to be breaking it down for you guys and talk you guys through it because it worked for me, and I'm sure it can work for you as well. I'm going to show you guys my transformation before we get into it so you can get a little bit of a better grasp on it. See, this is me at 149 at 6'4", so I was really skinny starting out. And maybe some of you guys can attest to this, but you feel really bad when you look in the mirror. This feeling of looking in the mirror and just not being happy with what you see, you being like afraid to take your shirt off, or people commenting about your physique is like a horrible feeling. And this is really where I started out. People made fun of me and shit like that, and obviously it feels bad. And I started to make a change. I wanted to make a change, so I signed up for the gym, and I wasted a bunch of time, guys. I was like in the gym for 2 or 3 years, just wasting time, and because I didn't know what I was doing, and I don't want you guys to end up there as well. And this is why I'm making this video, to show you guys you can do it, because I didn't think it was possible for me to make a transformation like this. This is me today. Um, Same body fat percentage, maybe even a bit less, but gained 55 pounds of muscle basically, 205, and I feel much better. Like here, I was depressed. I was like really low energy, just weak. And now I have much higher energy levels too. And I'm going to talk you guys through how you can do this for yourselves as well, because it's more than just the lifting weights. This is the whole approach, and this is the aesthetics protocol I'm talking about. And it's going to work great because it's not only just training and diet, it's the whole aspect. And I'm going to show you guys how it's done. So when I finally started, because I made a ton of research, guys, I got obsessed with this. I just researched it all day online and see what works, what's not. It was a bunch of trial and error. Some things worked good, some things didn't. And I finally got it down, and it felt amazing. People, even my friends too, that were more jacked than me starting out, we were lifting together. They were accusing me of taking roids, dude. They were like, "Man, what's going on with you?" And I helped them as well fix their training and diet and recovery aspects, and they made more gains as well. It was really satisfying, and it just clicked for me at that point when I finally figured it out. It was such a great feeling because I was finally happy with my physique. It was just one of the best things ever. So, and yeah, here's another one. Like, just a picture of me at school, like really skinny, really weak. And I was really self-conscious at this point, man. I was really tired of being skinny. So I really try to do everything I can, and it took me years, guys. I've been lifting weights now and trying this shit for 9 years, and I've been working at a gym for like 4.5 years as a trainer. So I've helped some people achieve similar results before, and this is just not a full coaching aspect. I just told them some of the things I'm going to show you guys today, and even implementing some of these things made a drastic difference for them. So stay tuned. We're going to continue. I'm going to tell you guys who this protocol is for, because this is very important. So if you want to put on solid lean muscle on your frame and lose fat and build a sustainable shredded physique that makes you finally proud of your own body, this is definitely for you guys. Stay tuned. And if you don't know what to do to finally build muscle and want a simple improvement plan that fits your lifestyle, not a cookie cutter approach, is also for you guys. I'm not going to be talking about, you have to eat the same meal 3 times a day for 3 months, because I've done that before. And yeah, it worked fine, but I was miserable. You don't want to be spending 3 hours at the gym every day and just miss out on time with your family and friends. I get that, you guys have lives, and I have too. So the goal is not to just raw dog it and just spend 3 hours at the gym every day, and just be miserable, but you have a good physique. The goal is to build a good physique, the best physique you've ever had, and not sacrifice your life for it, and still enjoy it. And I was able to do. There was times where I was training every day, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and it's just I made progress, but I made even better progress when I learned to train efficiently at the gym. And I'm going to show you guys how today. Um, and yeah, if you've tried many different approaches, but you still don't have the physique you've always wanted, but you aren't ready to give up on having shredded abs and wide shoulders, this is definitely for you guys. And if you're overwhelmed by information, you need a straightforward, easy to follow blueprint that gets you to your goal without worrying whether what you're doing or works or is a waste of time. And this was me, guys. I was overwhelmed. You know, you have so many gurus online, and they tell you don't do this, don't do that, and you scroll through your Instagram page, and all you see is like fitness content, and one guy contradicts the other. If you just want to straightforward follow, plan to follow, this is for you guys. Stay tuned. And if you want to be a better role model for your children, for your family, for your partner, and you're looking for no BS approach to get there, stay tuned, guys. We're gonna get into it, man. Also, who's this protocol? Who this protocol is not for? Like, if you're looking for a quick fix and you don't want to use a proven method to build lean muscle, this is not for you guys. And if you just want to get massive and look bloated without having any appeal to your physique, this is not for you guys. This is not the mass monster guide. I never wanted to be a bad mass monster when I was starting out. I just always wanted a lean, aesthetic, athletic physique that looks good. Um, was always my goal. So I'm not going to show you guys how to get just massive bloat lord. We're going to build a ton of muscle and be jacked, but we're going to build a physique that's attractive and that is appealing and looks good. This is very important for me. So, and I'm sure if you guys clicked on this, is important for you too. So, yeah, if you just want to get massive and bloated, it's not for you. And yeah, if you want to keep trying the standard ways of getting in shape and are not open to a new system, this is not for you guys. And if you're unwilling to put in work, this takes some sacrifice for sure. We don't want to be spending our lives at the gym, but we have to put at least some work in, you know, at least 4 hours a week is what you should be sacrificing, and this is definitely possible. Like, guys, if you really want to make a change to your life and your physique, and if this is a priority for you, um, 4 hours a week is definitely possible, guys. There was times when I was working full time at a 2 hour commute every day, and I was, you know, still in the gym every day, and you don't even need to do that. You know, you can get away with as low as like 3 times a day, a bit over an hour of training, and you're gonna get great results. I'm gonna show you how. So yeah, like, guys, if you're on this video and if you feel anything like me and I have felt before, where I was so unhappy with my physique, I was like afraid to take my shirt off in public at the beach or something like that, and I was feeling very, very self-conscious. I couldn't look in the mirror without feeling bad about myself. Like, if this is you, this should be no problem for you guys to at least put 4 hours a week into this. So yeah, and I don't want you guys to have any self-doubt. If you're doubting yourself and your ability to become the man you want to be, this is not for you. Like, you need to be having some belief in yourself, and you shouldn't be doubting yourself at all, because if I was able to do it, you're going to be able to do it 100%. Like, my starting point, you saw it, guys. I was the thinnest guy around, man. I was I was like a stick figure. I was having trouble benching the bar on bench press. So I was really skinny and weak, and I didn't think I was cut out for this. I thought, dude, maybe I just don't have the genetics for it, or I don't know. I'm just not meant to be aesthetic and have a jack physique, but I just kept going at it, and I was able to get it done. So can you guys. So, and if you're a comfort zone hugger, if you're looking for easy way out and aren't ready to leave your comfort zone, this ain't for you. So, just letting you know, if this is you, just click off the video. And for you guys that are still here, let's make some progress, man. I'm going to show you guys how. I'm excited for this. So, let's talk about the truth about getting jacked. And most people won't tell you this, but you can absolutely get jacked as hell without taking steroids or looking bloated ever, or being unappealing, or enslaving yourselves to the gym and missing out on family time and friends, time with friends. It's you can definitely do this. And most skinny men fail because they don't fully understand these things. You know, number one, how to spend your time efficiently at the gym. Aspects like, uh, you know, how much volume, how many sets you do, the intensity, progressing in the gym, like progressive overload. I'm going to talk about all of this, and your rest time periods as well. Like, you can burn a whole bunch of time at the gym, especially if you're like chatting with some guys at the gym. You know, you can obviously talk to them, but if you're on a tight schedule, if you should really know how to spend your time efficiently at the gym in order to make progress. Yeah, and most people don't know how to do that, and I struggled with that in the beginning as well. I was doing like these 2 3 hour workouts, and it was just not sustainable, especially when you're like working. So, and yeah, and also people don't understand how to progressively structure their training and diet. It's a big aspect, and that's why they stay in the same place and they don't get anywhere. You know, you shouldn't always be following the advice of like the big old guy at the gym that's like giving you advice between your sets. It's probably not the most efficient way to do it. So Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a blueprint here today that's gonna fix all of this, so it's gonna be good. And yeah, there's no such thing as I'm not built for this or I'm too busy. This method truly gives you every resource to enhance your life without affecting your productivity, so you can become the ultimate man that you're supposed to be. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome because if you're ready to become that ultimate man, the ultimate version of yourself, in this breakthrough, we're gonna go over exactly how to navigate around these issues we mentioned above, and how I made such a drastic transformation to my physique that I constantly have people compliment me and ask me about, and how you can also become jacked and aesthetic in 180 days or less. And how to do all of this without steroids or living at the gym or just getting massive without looking good. It's going to be a detailed breakdown here today. I'm going to show you how I did it. So it's going to be a two-phase approach. Let's talk about this. It's the aesthetics protocol is divided into two phases, and depending on your starting point, this may differ a bit. Um, because if you're really skinny like I was, you saw my pictures, like I was the skinniest guy around. Just start with phase two, like a lean muscle gain phase, just completely, just try to gain some mass, but still then, like I'm going to talk about this is it's like caloric surplus, so you don't get bloated or fat. Just building lean muscle out of your frame over a long period of time. And if you do that, and if you do the other aspects right, that I'm going to talk to you guys about, you're going to make a drastic transformation. Just do a lean muscle gain phase from the beginning. It's going to be pretty simple. And if you carry a bit of too much body fat on your frame, and I've seen a lot of people struggle with this, just start with a fat loss phase. Just get that fat shredded off. You're never going to get gain it again if you do it with the approach I'm going to show you guys today. Um, it's just one time, just getting it all off, and you can still, especially if you're a beginner, you can definitely get stronger at the gym and also build muscle while still being on a caloric deficit. So it's going to be very important to get that fat off, and it's going to be that alone is going to be a drastic transformation in your physique. And if you then go into the muscle gain phase and up the calories a bit, the protein, your training intensity is going to be massive. So the goal is to never return to that initial body fat level again that you're starting out with if you carried a bit too much of it. Yeah. So all right, let's go on. Um, Programming, progressive overload, and deloads is the two most important aspects that changed my physique when it comes to training and programming. It's just like two core components, and I see a lot of people, especially at the gym I'm working at, they miss out on this. So I don't want you guys to miss out on it. So to progress your training is like the key principle of building muscle and getting stronger. Most people don't really understand that. So the way I've done it in my transformation is I use the RIR system, and I just added volume over time, over like training cycles. Usually they're about 3 to 6 weeks in this program, and the approach that I found the most effective, we're gonna do 4 to 8 weeks. I'm gonna explain to you guys why. RIR system. What does RIR even mean? It means reps in reserve. So you basically stop the set and you think to yourself, how many reps did I have in the tank? So you stop the set at like 2 RR, you were 2 reps shy of failure. So it's going to be good. And the goal is over a training cycle to get that RR number down so it gets more intense. So at the end, you're training like 2 failure or 1 rep shy. It's going to be the goal. And how you can do this is, for example, like it says here, like week one, 125 for 10 at 3 RR on the bench press. You add like 2.5 pound plays on the side and try to hit it for 10 reps, so the same number again in the next chest workout, because ideally you will have gained muscle at that point. If your diet and your recovery was on point, you'll have gotten stronger. So 125 for 10 again should be easier. So that's why you go for 130 for 10. Make it a bit more challenging. And at that point you're forcing your body to grow, because you're forcing yourself every day to get stronger. If you, I was doing this in the beginning, that's why I didn't make any progress. I was just doing the same workout every time, and I was just waiting for me to magically get stronger, and it just obviously didn't happen. So yeah, that's why you have to plan for this sort of stuff, and it's very effective, guys. Like when I told people this and they started implementing it, they made gains like never before. So volume progression is also a thing. If you combine these two things, is even better. That's what I did. When I didn't feel sore anymore, I started to implement this. When I didn't feel sore anymore for a workout, like I just was sore like for one day afterwards, after like a chest day. What I do for next chest day is I just add a set, do one set more of chest. So over the course of like these 4 to 8 weeks, whatever, maybe 9 sometimes, I'd get up to like 11, 12 sets of chest. It's just because I was just pushing myself constantly, and when I was recovering too quickly, like 2 days before the next chest day, I wasn't sore anymore. Just add a set. Combining these two is going to make a massive difference for you guys. And yeah, after every 4 to 8 training week cycle, you should do a deload. Like when I started implementing this, like I felt so much better because in the beginning I didn't do this, and I always got shoulder pain. I was like, man, what's going on? Elbows, knees, everything hurt. And I was like, what's going on, man? That's when I learned about deload weeks, and most people don't do this. They just go hard all the time, especially in the gym I was working at. People just came up to me, man, my shoulder hurts, my elbow. And I was like, did you try to just rest for a bit? And they're like, nah, I gotta train. And I'm like, dude, you gotta give your body some time to recover. You know, that's real. That's really important. You just have to plan for it. Like it's like 4 to 8 weeks in our training cycle because the way I do it and I found most effective is to cut down the lower body volume because these are the most taxing workouts. I still want to build huge legs and I've built my legs up substantially. But I didn't do it by training them 2 to 3 times a week. When I was doing that, I wasn't making the gains I was when I was training them 1 time a week. Like some of the best legs ever, like Tom Platz, these guys were training like once every week or once every 2 weeks even. You know, so you don't need like a lot of and high volume leg days to grow your legs. Like one leg day a week with good form, good exercise execution, and just going hard and progressing over time. That's going to be plenty enough to build your legs up to a point where it's like really good. So, and the goal is never to build legs that overshadow your upper body, because what I've found is if I cut down on the volume of my legs because I have more recovering capacity, and my overall fatigue is just lower because I have less volume on legs, I was able to go longer with my training cycles and progress my delts, my chest, my arms, my back further. And these are the most important muscles if you want to be aesthetic. You want to have some leg muscles, but you don't want to look like that guy that has huge quads and brags to everybody about how much they can do on the leg press. You know, you want an aesthetic frame. You want wide shoulders and a small waist and some legs to account for it, but you never want your legs to be bigger than your upper body. It's always how I thought about it. We're gonna continue on. So the goal here is just one leg day a week, shoulders and arms at least twice a week. Okay, so yeah, deloads are gonna be massive for you because it just gives your time that the necessary time to recover from the sessions. And after that, I usually gauge um, when I'm gonna do a deload week by how I feel. Like if I start to feel like really fatigued, I'm like, okay, man, feeling really fatigued for no reason. And my joints start to ache a bit. That's when I start definitely doing a deload. You can even do it a bit earlier if you like been going for 8 or 9 weeks. But if you don't feel like it, just why not just go a bit further? We're gonna go on and talk about training splits. These are some of the training splits I've done over the years that built my physique. Because there was times where I was only able to train like 3 times a week when I was really busy, going to school, working full time, say at the same time and stuff. I didn't really have a lot of time, so 3 times a week was great. I just did push, pull, and legs, like push on Monday, Wednesday pull, and then legs on Friday, for example. Works really good. And like I said, try to hit legs once a week and delts and arms at least twice a week. Like especially if you're starting out, this works really good. You don't need much more than that, but ideally you'd want a bit more. Like 4 times a week would be like really good. If you could do delts and arms on Monday, for example, back and chest or your torso on Wednesday, and then Thursday arms and delts again, just switch it around so you get a bit more balance, and then legs on Friday. That'd be great. 5 days a week. It's like the sweet spot, I think, where you do push, pull, delts, arms, legs. It's great. It's really good. And 6 times a week, you can do push, pull, legs, delts, and arms, torso, arms, and delts. This is what I'm doing right now. So, and yeah, what I always did was, and this made a huge difference for me, and I see a lot of guys skipping this part. They don't train abs and they don't train forearms. Always, every training session, doesn't matter if it's legs or upper body, I always do one set of abs at the end and one set of forearms, at least. And if I don't get sore from that anymore, I add a set every week. Yeah, so it's gonna be massive because like huge forearms looks great, dude. It's like one of the most aesthetic muscles there is. And for abs, I always did like straight ab exercises, like leg raises with a crunch at the top or something like that. And I never trained side abs because I don't want my waist to get bigger. If you see like guys with really highly developed obliques, their waist kind of appears wider, and that's what I don't want. We don't want that if you want to be aesthetic. So just skip those. Straight ab only, and training your abs is very important, guys. It's not like abs are made in the kitchen. Yeah, sure. If you're gonna get leaner, your abs are gonna show. But if you have bigger abs, actually, they're gonna show at a higher body fat percentage even. And if you are lean, they're gonna look even more insane, and you're gonna look fucking ripped. So it's gonna be good. So yeah, definitely a good approach. Try some of these out depending on what time you have available to you. Um, and we're going to talk about sets and reps and stuff like that. This is the next most important part with saving time and training efficiently at the gym for sure. And I got this wrong at the beginning. And when I started figuring this out, it made a huge difference. For sets, I usually for my transformation did like I started out in the first week of my training cycle with 6 reps, with 6 sets per muscle group per workout. And if I did, let's say, a push day, where the arms at the end, at the arm, I did like on a chest day, 6 sets of chest, and then 3 sets of triceps because my triceps was already getting trained from the pressing movements, you know. So you know, and you just add a set when you don't get sore anymore, like I explained earlier. Like just work yourself up. Next week you do 7 sets if you didn't get sore, like until like right the beginning of the next workout or like a day before. So yeah, and for reps, like sort of like 5 to 25 is the rep range I'm always in. Like some exercises, for example, like lateral raises, I do like 20 reps sometimes. Um, but I wouldn't go below like 5 reps. More like strength training approach. We don't want that. I don't feel much anyway, and I didn't make any progress. I was training for like that for a while, but I didn't really grow much from it. So, and more than 25, my form kind of starts breaking down. You can maybe try it out, but I wouldn't recommend it for you guys. Rest periods, just go when you're ready again. When you're not out of breath anymore, when your primary and secondary muscles are not fatigued anymore, usually about 1 to 3 minutes. If you're like on a heavy leg set or something like that, heavy sets of squats, like maybe 3.5 minutes, 4 to 5, 4 minutes maybe at absolute max, because we don't want to waste time just sitting around at the gym, right? And intensity, like I said, 3 RR in the first week. You work yourself down every week until you're like at 0 to 1 RR. And I'd recommend you guys. This made a big difference for me to up the intensity. Like the last set of a given muscle group within a workout, you always go to failure. Like let's say you do 2 chest exercises, and then you do like the second set, the last set of that, the second exercise, the last set of that, you go to failure always. That's what I always done. So yeah, there's that. Let's talk about exercise selection and execution. This is a widely debated topic, and I see, if you scroll long enough on your Instagram page, you see guys saying like, never do bench press. You're not gonna grow your chest. You're not gonna get big ever. And you're like, man, what the fuck am I supposed to do now, right? But here's the thing, like, it doesn't really matter, man. Like, if you can feel your chest well on a chest exercise, and you don't have any joint pain, like chances are that exercise is really good for you. So just keep it in the program, I'd say. Just progressively get stronger at it, and you're gonna be fine. Just try some stuff out. Try to at least keep it in the program for like 2 to 3 weeks, I'd say, so you can really get used to it. Because especially in the beginning, a lot of exercises are gonna feel awkward. So try to at least keep them in a bit, and then if you don't feel it, working after like 3 weeks, you don't feel it in the target muscle, or you feel like some joint pain, just switch it out. It's pretty simple. Always control the reps, especially on the way down. This is good, to prevent injuries. Be explosive on the way up, but don't, just be uncontrolled. Like still control the reps. You're gonna get better at this with time. Um, and yeah, you always want to grip the bar like really tightly, or a weight that you're using, or the machine. Just it makes you push better power through it. That's what I really noticed. Like when I started focusing on that, was a great cue. Somebody told me that. And yeah, you want a stable grounding for your feet as well. Like when you're doing the leg exercise, you want to stand really grounded on the ground, so your feet are really planted. Okay, and always do a full range of motion. Like never do half rest, guys. There's no benefit in doing that. Like maybe in the stretch position, you could do it, but I'd always do full range of motion, guys. You want to strengthen the muscle at any given joint angle, so just do that. You're gonna prevent yourself from injuries, and you're gonna build more muscle if you do full range of motion. Like never do half reps, guys. That's what I really noticed, and I see a lot of people doing that mistake. And if you really want to follow this program, just uh, do full range of motion all the time. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the fat loss phase. And the diet is going to change the most depending on what phase you're in. So if you're in the fat loss phase, which for most guys would be like the first phase you do, we're going to talk about this right now. So the most important thing in order for you to actually gauge if the diet approach you're taking is working or not, the best thing that I've found is just to weigh yourself every day. I weigh myself every day in the morning. After I get up, this is the first thing. I go to the toilet, then I go to weigh myself. Or it's the same circumstances, because you can really check. You can just, is this my weight progressing well? Like, am I losing the right amount of weight? Like, and if you're not losing too much or too little, it's working. And if you aren't, then just switch things, and just try to point it towards the right direction. And it gives you great information on whether you're doing it right or not. So I definitely recommend you guys do that. So actually know if you're doing it right, it gives you confidence. You feel better about yourself. And I wouldn't compare like one day to the next, and I would compare like the average of one week to the average of the next week because your body weight can change from all sorts of things like water weight. You've been stressed, you ate a big meal, or you didn't sleep well or something. You're on a caloric deficit, and you're like, man, why didn't I lose any weight? And it's like, I don't know, man. It can just happen sometimes. So, but if you compare it week to week, you have a better gauge on it, and you can just and if you still didn't lose any weight, just might have to cut up the calories, like eat a bit less, eat a little bit of less of carbs or something like that. And I'll always recommend you guys to track the macros. It was like kind of hard for me in the beginning to start doing that because it's kind of a hassle. You kind of have to put it in your phone, but you get used to it. It makes a huge difference to actually know what you're eating, the carbs. And you don't want to be in a situation where you eat the same meal every day because I've done that. You can be more flexible if you just see, okay, I have this many macros left, this was protein and stuff like that. You can be a bit more flexible and eat kind of what you like. It just ups the quality of life for sure. You just have to like MyFitnessPal, for example, is like an app you guys probably know. Just download it and you can check your macros really well. And like the key macros I'd recommend for you guys is like 1 gram per pound of body weight. This is what I've always done, and it worked great for me. I even gone above it. If your stomach can handle it, sure. Especially on the muscle gain phase, you can do that. On the fat loss phase, I try to stick to 1 gram per pound of body weight. Because this is really important, and it's really important that you stick to this. What I've always tried to do is to every day hit my protein. Like if there's one thing you do, like always try to hit your protein because it's the most important thing to maintain as much muscle as you can when you're trying to lose fat. So yeah, fat I'd recommend like 0.3, 0.5 grams per pound of body weight. And just fill up the rest that you have left for your calories up with carbs. And I wouldn't ever recommend to you guys to do like a low or no carb diet or fat because I've done that before. I've done a no carb diet. It was horrible because you don't have any energy. I felt horrible at the gym, and I surely missed out on some gains because it was just horrible. I didn't have any energy. And you want to always time your carbs so that you eat the most carbs before your training and after your training because you need the energy for the workout. And after that, you want to fill up your glycogen storage up again. So, yeah, always try to make sure you do that with the carbs. And you need fats too. Don't cut out the fats. You need it for your hormonal health and your overall health as well. So, it's going to be very important for you guys. In terms of food sources, I have always stuck to for my protein sources like lean meats, lean dairy products, eggs is going to be the best. For carbs, you eat fruits, vegetables, whole grains is always what I've eaten and make the best gains with. And my stomach handled it the best. So, and for fats, a lot of fats are going to be included in your protein carb sources. So you're not going to be eating a ton of this stuff, but olive oil, avocado, nuts, nut butters are going to be good. And supplements, I've always just taken creatine and whey protein shakes. Great stuff. Just to hit your protein goal. And creatine actually works well to make you stronger, make you look fuller and better. So I definitely do that. Start with 5 grams a day. Gonna be fine. All right, guys. So let's talk about the muscle gain phase and how you should eat for it. Protein just stays the same. Just do like 1 gram per pound of body weight. That's what I've always done. And you can go a bit above that. And I've done that before and it worked great for me because the more protein you eat, probably the more muscle you're gonna gain. Like there's been studies on this, and basically the more protein you eat, the more muscle you gain, but it flats out at the top after a certain point. Like after the 1 gram per pound of body weight, you still make more gains, but it kind of flattens out. So if your stomach can't handle it, I just wouldn't do it. But if you're feeling fine with it, just why not eat more protein, right? And the most important thing here is to be on a slight caloric surplus. We never want to go on a dirty bulk. Like it's the worst thing ever. I've done it, and I just gained way too much fat. I got up to like 230, and I wasn't feeling well. I didn't look good. I didn't even look like really jacked. I just looked like a bloated mess, and it took me a while to get that fat off again. I didn't even grow any more muscle than I did on my lean bulks. So never do a dirty bulk, guys. It just doesn't make any sense. Like you're just gonna look bloated and we want to look aesthetic. Well, we do this to look good, and you're not gonna look good if you have like a huge body fat gain. So yeah, just a slight caloric per surplus is like the most important thing. And for like fats and carbs, for fat, I'd recommend like 0.3 to this time 0.7 grams per pound of body fats per pound of body weight. It's really going to be the best option for you, and just fill the rest of your calories that you have left over with carbs. Very simple, you know. And yeah, just try not to eat like your highest fat meal before your workout because you might feel bad. I've had that happen to me. So, and yeah, for cheat meals, guys, it's solely fine to eat like one or two cheat meals a week, as long as you are a track for the rest of the week. So if you're like out with your buddies on the weekend or with your family and you want to have like a burger, just go ahead. You know, it's fine. We're not in the bodybuilding competition. You can just eat a cheat meal and enjoy your life for a bit. You know, you're not gonna get fat off of that. You know, one or two cheat meals a week are totally fine, guys. Don't stress about it. Um, I've done that so many times. And yeah, let's talk about one of the most important aspects that helped me do my transformation the way I did it, is recovery. And we already talked about like the one or two aspects of it, like the delo weeks and the diet. Those are two aspects of diet that are very important. And the third thing, and arguably the most important thing, is sleep. It's very important, guys. When I changed this, I was a guy I used to sleep like 4 or 5 hours a night, and I didn't grow any muscle from it. I just was fatigued all the time. I got fatigued really quickly. My joints started hurting more quickly. I felt like horrible. And I felt like I have really low testosterone as well because I was like really depressed at that time. And I was just really feeling bad. No energy, no drive for anything. And when I started to change my sleep, I felt much better. No more depression, no more low energy. I felt strong at the gym. My gains were coming quicker. I was losing fat quicker. So it makes a huge difference, guys. And just try to really get this down. And after that, I've gotten my blood work done, and it said I had like 908 nanograms per deciliter testosterone. So that's like a really high value for like a natural guy. And I'm sure it's because of the sleep. Like many people neglect this, and I really try to make this a priority. And I'm telling you guys, if you really get this down, and if you make sleep a priority for you, it's gonna change your training and your life in general. You know, and we definitely want that. So you see so many guys just not making progress at the gym because they don't recover well. Like what I recommend to you guys is that you leave your screens out like at least like 1 hour before bed. You can do like blue light filters too, but I'd recommend just do no screens at all. Like just really try to focus on that because you know this. If you scroll on Instagram Reels in bed and you try to sleep, you're like riled up and all, and you can't sleep. That's what you don't want. So try to stay away from that. Also try to eat like your last meal at least maximum an hour before bed. And try to eat something that you can digest easily. Like you don't want to be laying in bed and like have your stomach cramp up and you're sweaty and all. We don't want that either. I've had that happen to me. So when I did that, when I tried to like not eat directly before going to bed, it made a huge difference for me and I slept better. So, and I always try to implement a bedtime routine. I recommend to you guys to implement this as well. What I like to do is I like to go for a quick walk outside and then read something in bed. Like just always do the same steps before you go to sleep because then your body kind of adapts to it and it knows, okay, like I know these steps, I know when I'm doing this, so it's time to sleep, and you kind of calm down a bit and you're like you fall asleep much easier and you sleep better. Also really important, keep a dark and cold room. You can get like earplugs as well. I've done that if it's like loud outside or something and you get distracted easily, or get like these face masks for your eyes where you like see only darkness. It's pretty good too. And try to aim at least for 7 hours a night, and really try to make sleep a priority. It should be like a competition where you like really try to get good sleep. You can track this with some apps as well, or with if you have like a smartwatch. So yeah, really try to. I really want to drive this point home because it's very important. It made a huge difference in my transformation, guys. So, and yeah, the benefits of great sleep compound rapidly, like more muscle, easier fat loss, more testosterone. All the benefits would come with optimized hormones. You know, it's genuinely game changing. And if you really implement this, it's going to be massive for you guys. I'm telling you. So let's talk about this. The feedback loop that changes everything. The thing is, after I implemented all of these things and I really got it all down, I couldn't believe the results I was seeing. Like I was really just making gains like I didn't thought was possible before. Like I said, guys, I thought I was just not cut out for this. I thought I didn't have the genetics or whatever. I thought I was never gonna get jacked. And when it finally clicked and I started really seeing results at the gym and I started building muscle, it was just one of the greatest feelings ever. I'm telling you, like it's so exhilarating. If you guys are like me, like at the beginning, I couldn't look in the mirror without feeling bad about myself. I just didn't want to look at the mirror, you know. I just didn't want to take my shirt off at the beach. I just felt like like a skinny idiot, like a weak guy. And if you're really unhappy with your physique, and you really make this change, and you start to see results, and you're finally confidently taking your shirt off at the beach, and you start getting compliments from all around. It's just one of the greatest feelings. It's something that money can't buy, guys. I'm telling you. It's like it's I can't describe it with words with how fulfilling that is if you finally reach that goal and you're happy with yourself. It made a huge difference for me, for my confidence, and it's just one of the greatest things ever. That's why I made this video, guys, because want you guys to have a similar transformation. Like when I started, talking with my gym buddies that I started with, and they were more jacked than me in the beginning. And I made this transformation. I was like, "What are you doing?" And I started to give them some tips and some pointers, and they started to see like rapid improvements in their performance at the gym and in their physique as well. And it made me so happy, and it fulfilled me to just help these guys out. So guys, if you implement any of this and make some gains, let me know. I'd love to hear it because it's absolutely fantastic. It's so fulfilling for me to just see guys, reach their goals, because I know how it is to come from that point, and it really hurts you. And when you kind of figure your life out at that point, it just makes all areas of life better. You become a better role model for everybody, for your family, for your friends, and you just feel so much better. And I want you guys to experience that as well. And it was not only physical but a mental and social transformation for me as well. It was great. So my life hasn't been the same since. And this is like the thing. Like if you get this down once, it compounds for life. Like if you just figure out how to really build your physique up, and if you implement these things I talked to you guys about today, it's something that pays off for the rest of your life. It's like stock investments, guys. It just compounds. Like you execute the protocol, you see results, you see real results for the first time, and then you just get so motivated. Like the motivation compounds, and you push harder and repeat. Like it just gets better and better and better, and it's just beautiful. And I want you guys to experience it. So that's why I made this video. And yeah, this is how part of this full system really becomes if it's executed properly, intentionally, and the nuance behind every decision is fundamentally understood. And the goal with the aesthetics blueprint that I showed you guys today is never to take away from your life, it's just improve your life. That's the main goal from all of this, it's just to improve your life. And it has certainly improved mine. And I'm sure it can do the same for you guys as well. And it's the base that many men need to finally get in shape and stay that way for the rest of your life. If you get this down, you're never going to be out of shape again. And that's just beautiful. So yeah, here are some of the key stats. Like again, 55 pounds of muscle. And I'm not saying you can. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. You're not going to be able to gain like 55 pounds of muscle in like 180 days. But dude, guys, you don't believe the results you're going to get within 180 days or less. Like you're not going to believe it. Like you think it's going to take so many years to finally get a good physique, but it can be done much quicker if you actually understand how to do it. That's the beautiful thing about it. And if you're like able to make an investment like at least 4 hours per week, that's what I was talking about. Like if it's something that really hurts you, like, and you can't look in the mirror, you can't take your shirt off in public like I was, and you feel really self-conscious, and it's something that really bothers you, just the fact that you clicked this video tells me that this is a priority for you. Like, and if this is really a priority for you, and you want to change your life around, and you can't keep living like this, it's gonna be easy for guys to invest 4 hours a week. Like, no matter how busy you are, you're going to be able to do it because you're just you can't keep living like this. And this is how it was for me, and I was willing to do anything, and it was just so much more than worth the investment that I put into it. Even though I wasted like 3 years at the gym, like just messing around and not knowing what I was doing. This is a great thing for you guys. Now you know what you're doing. And if you know what you're doing, you just make gains so quickly and can change your life around. And it's just more than money can buy. I tell you guys. And yeah, like I said, 3 years wasted. Like, just don't make the same mistake that I was making. And here's like a quick overview of this: programming parameters, exercise selection, diet, recovery, the most important aspects. It's just like broken down in a few parts. And now that you guys know all about this, I have an offer for you guys. If you're skinny fat or skinny, if you're overweight, doesn't matter. If you're tired of being unhappy with your body like I was, and if you're ready to finally be jacked and aesthetic and ready to shock your friends and family with your transformation, I can help you, coach you to get a similar result to me. Like I can help you execute this exact process, this exact protocol to a point where you're going to replicate some of the results that I was seeing, that I was talking about in this video, and to absolutely turn your life around with your physique. Um, and you're going to be able to do it in, I'm telling you, less than half the time that you would do figuring it out on your own, because it just makes such a big difference if you actually execute the right process. So, and there's going to be no more wondering if you're doing it right. Like, this is the beautiful thing. You just have to put your head down and do it and execute it, and it's going to work. That's the beautiful thing. No more overthinking nutrition or training. It's like some of the biggest aspects for me. It's a proven system tailored to your starting point. You know, obviously, guys, we're all different. All have different schedules, different starting points, and this is something that we can figure out together. What's going to be the best approach for you? And yeah, you're gonna have direct access to someone who's lived this transformation. So, wish I had somebody like that when I was starting out. Would have saved a lot of time, guys. And you know, the things I'm just so confident that I can deliver these results to you because I've seen it on myself. I've seen it on myself, and I've seen it on friends and family that have just implemented some of these things and gotten great results. So just imagine how much progress you could do if you implement all of this with the right approach, working together. Like I'm so confident I can get you guys into the best shapes of your lives with this. That if I don't, I'm gonna train you until you do. You know, so yeah, it's gonna be great. Like guys, if you can change your life with this, like truly, it was a great transformation for me. And I'm sure it can change your lives as well. And if you want to get out of this place that you are right now, when you're unhappy with your physique, I'd love to help you out. And if you're ready to go from skinny to jacked in 180 days or less, hit the link in the description. First link is going to be my Calendly link. Just you can book a call with me. We can see if you're a good fit for the program. And if you even if you aren't, I can point you in the right direction. We'll find something out for you. But yeah, if you are a good fit, we can talk about working together. And we're gonna work on achieving your goals, your physique goals, and you're gonna make progress like never before, guys. So yeah, thank you for listening and thank you for watching this. If you want to help your friends out and they don't know what they're doing, share this with them for sure. Take some screenshots, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, man. All right, man. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you took a lot of good information out of this. I hope I could help you with this. And yeah, don't forget, first link in the description is my Calendly link. You can book a call with me. We can see if you're a good fit for the program, and we can talk about working together. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching.